This truck look familiar? Except for being all one color. Painted this thing yesterday. Came in this morning, kind of check it out, didn't like it. So now I'm scuffing it all back up so we can reshoot it. Probably one of the worst parts for me is that I don't know if I'm just super picky or what, but the metallic flake didn't lay out the best, which started to bug me. Which I sprayed a deck plate the same way. Everybody that's looked at the deck plate says that they like the deck plate. They like how it kind of gives it like a watery look, is what they say, due to the metallics not laying out like they're supposed to. And I know that that's why. And that's why it just drives me nuts. So I'm going to get finished scuffing this up. Mask off a couple things, like the roof cap. It's good. Because I had to respray the roof. There were some dry spots from the very first time that I had put color up there. And I was rushing it. But it's all good now, so I'm going to tape it off. The very back panel, it's pretty well, it looks pretty good, so we'll probably go ahead and paper that off too, and then we'll just basically do the sides again, and the cowl, and hopefully it turns out better this time. If this was a customer's truck, we would have stripped this whole truck down probably to bare aluminum and completely started over. It's been kind of a pain. But that's alright. It's my own truck. I need to get it back together at least so that I can get it on the road. We had 2 motors blow here in the last, Black Peterbilt, it's been blown since I want to say November or December. It's been down. I finally got it into a shop. Oh, great. Wait for that compressor to blow off. Alright, that took a little longer than I thought it would. Anyways, my Black Peterbilt, we finally got it down to an engine shop. I can do a lot of engine stuff, but when it comes to the cats and the acerts and the twin turbos and that kind of stuff, I prefer to let somebody that actually knows them to go ahead and take care of it. So I got it sent down, found out it's got a crack head, blown head gasket, 2 cracked injector cups. Man, that light's terrible. So it's gonna get an end frame. They're gonna pull the cylinders out to go ahead and cut counter bores to make sure all the liners and stuff are at the right level. So we might as well go ahead and throw in some new sleeves and rings and everything. Because it sounds like the cross hatching on the cylinders really isn't that great. So working on trying to get that taken care of. My Freightliner Columbia, it blew a head gasket a couple weeks ago. We went ahead and got it fixed. We did that in-house. We thought the cylinders looked pretty good on it. Sent it back out on the road. I jumped in it the other night to cover a pig load, and I got about halfway to where I was going, and we lost oil pressure. Not completely, but we had about 5 pounds. Went into engine protect mode. got it towed back here. We brought it inside, started tearing it apart to kind of what I thought was an oil cooler issue. It's been losing oil, and we could not figure out where it was losing the oil. You know, it didn't. The oil pan kind of leaked. Put a new oil pan gasket on it. The rear structure has kind of a leak, but it's not like a major leak. But it wasn't leaving puddles anywhere. Well, the antifreeze was kind of dark, so we thought, okay, it's pushing oil into the coolant. All right, get it. I understand. So we start tearing it back apart, pull the brand new turbo off, and it's just the exhaust manifold is, and the exhaust side of the turbo is just covered in oil on the inside. So that tells us it's burning the oil and pushing it out the exhaust. Well, on your exhaust manifold, 1, 2, and 3 cylinder comes down to one port. 4, 5, and 6 comes to the other port. So if you look and you see where the oil is coming out on the turbo flange area, you can kind of diagnose it down to 1, 2, or 3, 4, 5, or 6. So we notice it's coming from 1, 2, and 3. We went ahead and pulled the manifold off. Come to find out, 2 and 3 cylinder is pushing oil. So we're going to get an in-frame kit coming for it, hopefully next week, so I can get it back in here so that we can go ahead and do the in-frame. Detroits are a lot easier than the Cats, and I've pretty much had this one apart completely enough times that I can do this one. So we're going to save a little bit of money by doing it ourselves. But anyways, back to the Freightliner, the FLD. I've went ahead and sanded all this down with 800 on a transition pad and a DA sander. And then I came through with Scotch-Brite and doled out the rest. I haven't done this. The color actually laid out really well on that. So I'm probably just going to tape off this flange. I actually want to strip the paint off of the actual door frames and have them polished. So I'm not really too worried about paint on those. So, anywho, I'm gonna try and set you guys up and do a time lapse on masking off the roof and finishing up the scuff job, and while we get started on reshooting it. It's single stage. Metallics are freaking heavy in it. I am not a single stage painter. This is actually the first big job I've ever done with single stage. So we're going to do probably 2 medium wet coats this go around, and then probably do a metallic flow coat at the end of it. And hopefully they'll lay out better this time. So, stay tuned.
I'll be the last one left when the lights go out. I'm down to one last breath, but I can't stop now. We all fall down sometimes, yeah, but that's just life. So cross my heart and hope to die. Baby, I was born to fight the fear when I feel like dying. I'm trying to fly high, but I'm not a pilot, can't deny it. There's some days I feel idiotic, just a product of a system where you're lucky just to make a dollar. That ain't gonna stop me cause my grind.
Alright, we're back. Shut this heater off. Been about a week. Yes, I touch my eye a lot. I just noticed that in some of the other videos. It's usually because it's in the morning, and there's usually sleepies in my eyes, so that's where we're at. Of course, I did not get the camera set up to do a time lapse of painting this thing. But we did get the hood done Got it all resprayed. Unfortunately, I had taped off the door and the roof cap back. I don't want to get silenced because of some Florida Georgia Line shit that's on the radio. Anyway, so yeah, that color blue is like a shade brighter. So of course this is also, because we masked off this back panel, also a shade off. I ran out of the first gallon of paint and had another gallon mixed to do the respray, thinking it would be the same color since we did it off of a computer scan. So I'm gonna have to scuff that panel, the little door, and the roof cap again. No big deal. We'll get it done. I did get some of my interior panels in and some of the bezels. I noticed on these, I'm gonna have to probably shave down some of the bezels because they're of how tight that the gauges are to each other, but not a big deal. We'll make it work. I finally got the big panel out. Got to get it stripped so it's ready to go. I mean, we're moving right along on it. So I'm hoping to have this thing wrapped up for the most part here in the next couple weeks. I do plan to still put some stripes on it. Hopefully I can get that done and not have to fully rush it and just drive it as it is. But if I do, it's no big deal. So I had an ending on that video showing the 14 liter in the Columbia being torn down. I forgot to hit record, so I didn't get any of it. But oh well, we're still learning this stuff, right? Anyway, I think that's gonna be my video for the week. Hopefully I can start doing some more videos. I know I've said that a million times in the past, but I am hoping to start doing more. And it'll be a lot easier when I'm the only one here all the time. Right now my dad's here a lot. And I just feel kind of weird videoing with other people around. Maybe if I get a lot of subscribers or something, maybe then I won't feel so weird about it. But we'll find out. So, until next time.